Hello, you're looking at a 1998 GMC 3/4 ton or 2500 work van. It has low mileage for a 98, just barely over 100, like 113. And it actually has a current Pennsylvania inspection that's good till 3/13. Starts right up. And if I look at really the inspection was only done about 50 miles ago, so right after they did the inspection, it hasn't driven much, and we roll back them to where we are. Now this truck lived up in rural Pennsylvania, and it had a yearly inspection both by the state and by the fleet that it was owned through. We've had a lot of these vehicles and have had good luck with them. You can tell the driver that had this truck did a couple things himself. He put in this fluorescent light, 12 volt fluorescent light, which is a little unusual, but it's a nice feature. It's also a regular light. While I'm thinking about it, the radio does not work. Might luck out to where it's a fuse or a wire or something like that, but the radio does not work. And remember, this car does not have air conditioning. The heat works fine, but it does not have air conditioning. The steering wheel has some tape around it. It's actually very comfortable to drive like that. The Chevy and GMC steering wheels show some wear after a while. Sometimes we will put a steering wheel cover on them and they're fine, but actually, like I said, this guy did a great job on that. It's comfortable and easy to use. This truck has a 6-cylinder engine, so it will be economical to run. It's nice and quiet, as you can hear, and I'll show you how it drives in a minute. Quiet and runs well. I'm going to imagine it's I'm going to find out what engine it is. I couldn't see the label. I'm going to look in the auto check on it. Like I say, the cab is nice and clean. The driver's seat shows a little bit of wear. Still very comfortable. The headliner here is coming down a little, so you barely notice it because he put that light in. So you either get that fixed or drive it just like it is. Really, you barely notice it. I didn't notice it till just a little while ago. Got a first aid kit with all the first aid stuff in it. The mat is nice and clean, not torn up. Has some aluminum fixtures. Little fan there. The windows are shaded, so you don't see what's inside. And it has the shelves here that stay closed with a latch. It's a clean work truck. It really is. If you have a business and you want to, I recently had a gentleman that had an electrical business, got one of these from me. He said it's perfect for a cheap extra truck, do side jobs and things like that, or a full-time truck. It was in service right up till we got it. Typical of a fleet vehicle, it has 4 expensive, just about brand new tires on it. These tires are almost $200 a piece, and they have a lot of tread and look almost brand new. We are located in Bel Air, Maryland, which is about 20 miles north of Baltimore. We're right off I-95. Easy access. If you're coming from out of town, I have a gentleman coming tomorrow riding the Bolt bus or the Mega bus from New York City. We pick you up at the bus station in White Marsh, or the bus station in Aberdeen, Maryland, or the train station in Aberdeen, Maryland, or the Baltimore Washington International Airport. Now you can see it has the yellow light. I left it on there. Just that light alone is relatively expensive. To get a used truck and put everything in it that this one has would not be cheap. The shelving and the lights and the mat. And because it is a 6-cylinder, it's going to be a bit more economical. And that still has a surprising amount of power. Got a backup alarm in it. When you come to pick this up, we give you a 60-day temporary license tag. Again, good for 60 days. And the bill of sale, title, and everything you need to title the vehicle in your state if you're from out of state. Please have your funds ready before you bid. You're going to need a $250 deposit within 24 hours, and the balance is due within 7 days. 7 days. Now you don't have to pick it up for 30 days, but the balance is due within 7 days. See, all the gauges are good. No check engine light or anything like that. Goes straight down the road. No shimmy or anything. Front end feels nice and tight. This is a no reserve auction, so the top winning bidder will get it. If you have questions, just shoot me an email and I'll send you my number. You can give me a call or I'll call you, either one. We don't play any games with the auction. It's no reserve, and it gets sold to the high bid, like I said. Go again. This is a nice running van. You can tell it's not beat up. There's 60 miles an hour, easy as pie. So if you want a nice big van and don't want to spend a lot on fuel, don't care about the air conditioning, and want all the shelves and mat, this 3/4 ton GMC is going to be for you. So buy this GMC van.